Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be building a palette for January using my Pan Those Eyeshadow shades. So if you want to see these shades get pulled and my progress with the other shades, go and watch that video. So last month I didn't really get to using it because this was my 1 month on palette, and as you can see I made it into a magnetic palette. So I moved my Pan Those eyeshadows to here, so I was only pulling out one thing. Because also I've been using this shade in my eyebrows, which I've actually now hit pan on, which was funny because it happened the day after I filmed my update, which was kind of annoying. So I pulled that shade in, then these two are my Pan Those eyeshadow shades, and this shade is one from my Depotted Morphe palette, which I actually used. I did an eye look using these two and I really liked it, so I want to keep it in so I can recreate that eye look. Another shade that I know I'm going to be adding in is this shade. I got it for Christmas. It is a shadow by Nabla and it's called Absinthe. So I want to see how close it is to this shade, which is Glass Ball by Colourpop. So I just want to do a comparison because I think I've literally bought the same shade in two different brands, but I will. So this is what the Nabla shade looks like. That is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm going to swatch Glass Ball next to it. Oh no, they aren't. Not similar. No. They look really similar because they've got that like pinky purpley undertone, but this is definitely a light. They are very different shades. I don't know why I thought that they were going to be similar. Anyway, this shade is huge, so maybe if I put it, let me rearrange. What other colours do I think I want to put in? I still have not really got to use my Colourpop shadows because I was focusing more on hitting pan in some of these shades, and I do want to get to use them. So I've got a lot of browns in my Pan Those eyeshadow, so I don't think I'll pull in a brown. I've obviously still got a blue, so I don't want to put in a blue. What would go nicely with this shade? I'm not sure. I kind of want to pull Glass Ball in because I'm looking at that and it's not what I thought it was going to be like, and it is quite an interesting, fun shade. And so I kind of feel like they are two quite interesting shades, and I feel like this would look quite good with this blue in some way. So I think I'm going to pull in Glass Ball and try and use it with this blue and create like a fun look. I'm not leaving the house at the moment. England's back in lockdown. So yeah, I feel like I could make something really fun with these two. And I really want to try this new Nabla shade. Right, I've got 3 more spots. This Colourpop shade, Ringer, could be quite nice to go with these. No, I feel like that's too much of a... No, yeah, I am going to keep that. I do like pinks for January. I think they're quite fun, but I've been wearing a lot of red. But today I'm wearing blue, but I mean, no one's seeing me, so it doesn't matter if my eye look does not match at all what I'm wearing. Right, I feel like I need a matte because I literally have all shimmers. Right, so if I was going to be using this Pan My eyeshadow shade, which is a really deep, yeah, look how rich that shade is. I'm loving it. It's so rich and red. What would I want? I've been pairing it with this, which I really like the contrast of. Would this matte then go quite well with that? But then that's quite a dark matte. I do feel like this is just such a good transition. So I'm going to add that in. I don't know if I can actually fit in another shade into this palette or whether it is too... This shade is too big and is just causing too much problems. Maybe I can fit this shade in. Right, that's quite good. I've got my little mattes and then these 3 around the corner. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is... Sorry if I'm not explaining myself at all. I'm realising I'm thinking it a lot. It took me... So when I hit pan in this shade, it literally took me... Let me look. It took me like 5 or 6 uses to hit pan in this. So because I use it as a face powder. So I'm thinking I could use this shade as a face powder, and then it'd be quite fun to hit pan on another shade. Yeah, that will work really well for me as a face powder, so I think I'm going to add that shade in. But I don't really want to have it in the middle. I'm going to do some rearranging. Right, so I think this is the order I want to have them in. So I'll go through now. I don't know how much I've kept in of that, so I'm going to go through now and explain each of these. So on the top row, I've got this Nabla shade. Then I've got this from my Morphe 12NB palette. It's just going to be used as a face powder. Then I've got this Colourpop transition shade. Sorry, I do not know the names of them all and I don't want to pull them out. I think those two would work quite well together in creating a look, just gently blending that out and using that. This is my eyebrow shade, so I'm not going to swatch it because I don't want to use it as an eyeshadow because I like how it looks in my eyebrow. This is another Colourpop shade, which I think is just light shimmery. That would look really gorgeous all over the lid. Then this Morphe goldeny light shade. Then Colourpop Glass Ball. It is blue actually, Colourpop Glass Ball, a bluey pink. Then I've got my two Pan Those eyeshadows, which is this dark chocolatey shade, and then this blue Beauty Bay shade. But look how bright it looks on my finger, and then I just swatch it. It's not as bright. Well, it is bright, but it's just not as metallic-y. So I think I can do a gorgeous look using these two. This shade goes really well with this shade, and I think it would go quite nicely with this Colourpop shade. I'm excited to actually use this shade. So I think before next month, when I reassess and change this palette, I want to try and use these two shades. So the Nabla Absinthe shade and Colourpop Glass Ball, as well as obviously these two shades I'll be using because these are my Pan Those eyeshadows. I want to try and hit pan on this shade by using it as a face powder and use this shade in my eyebrows. I've already hit pan it and I'll just keep using it in my eyebrows. But the reason why I put this in here is so that I open it every day and so that I actually look at these, because that was the issue last time, was I pulled my Pan Those eyeshadow shades out to put into my 1 month 1 palette, and it just meant that I wasn't looking at any of the other shades. So by putting my eyebrow shade in, I will definitely have to look at this palette every day. Let me know down below which shade you love most out of these 9, and I think I've actually managed to put together quite a nice colour palette of like blue, green, shimmery neutrals. I think it's a really nice neutral colour palette with just some nice kind of poppy shades, but these two are still very wearable. I wouldn't even know if I'd call Glass Ball an out there shade. You could definitely make it out there. But yeah, I'm excited to play about with this palette, and hopefully I actually get around to wearing more makeup after exam week, which is next. Also, this is actually going up on my 21st birthday, which is, you know, exciting. I'm literally in the house because we're in lockdown, nothing is happening, but that's something fun. So if you're watching this on the 10th of January, it's my 21st birthday. Right, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one.